no. What's happening, Possum? Sasser's striking the hobby table. Oh. Yeah, I suppose everything has. I've moved a lot. I've moved a lot of things. It's gotten a little busy over here. I'm now at this point getting ready to start making some kitty ears. I feel like it's time I give the people what they want. And I've got this shape. This is too big of an ear. So it's just like I need to remember the shape that I'm trying to get and work to that. And I'm going to need a little bit more plastic. So I'm going to, man, those are going to be. Reblin, what are you doing? You made a noise like you're doing something. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing. Something weird, something strange. I don't know, but it was weird and pissed off. Oh, also my mic is way over here. So I'm like real probably quiet. Or maybe I was finally volume appropriate. Let's see. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, that's good. There we go. Okay, so cat ears. That's the thing. A lot of people don't want you to know. Cats have ears. Write that down. There will be a test. So I just gotta make it a lot smaller than that. I can hear you over my compressor now. Good, good. That is the goal. Alrighty. So we want these to be noticeable. So I'm thinking at least that big. And then I'm make sure I don't lose that piece. I'm gonna grab a set of tweezers because they are going to be needed. Oh, that stuck to my finger. Yep, that could be shaped like a cat ear, all right. And then, Yep. Now that is gonna look good. That's gonna look great. It's gonna be beautiful. I'm already excited. Just gonna glue it. Probably right now. I'm gonna cut just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like that. Just a little scoop. So we're working on the Predator cam, like the, so you can get the, that way I can just be like, click, because I already have the stream deck. I just have not set it up yet, but having another camera over my shoulder like a Predator, one is awesome. Two, I will be practical because then you can actually see like what I'm seeing. But I don't want like what I'm seeing to be predominantly what you see all the time, because then you might not have an idea of like the overall picture, because then it might be too much. So I feel like that makes sense. But yeah, so Predator Cam is coming. That sounds like it could be something else, but Predator Cam. Fuck. Okay. Predator Cam is my next. It's the new segment where I just live the life of the homebrew character Chase Pedo, professional pedo chaser, and I hit up my buddy Derek, and instead of chasing storms, he and I start chasing sex offenders. There we go. Uh, but that sounds like a lot of work, and I'm really comfortable, so I think we'll probably just stick doing this. Scratch that idea. For those of you who don't know that bit, red wet, I am not a diddler skeleton. um, when we were on our honeymoon in London, there was some show, and for the life of me, that's on my finger. No, for the life of me, I can't remember the guy's name, but it was a British guy that essentially it was almost like To Catch a Predator, but it was in London. Well, maybe I can find it. Hey, I found it. And that is why you always clean your floor up. And I remember now, he was not, I don't think he was like the Chris Henson. He might have been the Chris Henson of, like, England. But essentially, there were, like, at least a couple episodes where he was talking about, like, and then now we are waiting for this pedo. And I was just like, yeah, I'm in. Because there were also, like, there was nothing on TV to watch. And also we watch a lot of just true crime stuff anyway in this household. And by we, I mean it's on in my house. It's on in my house enough to know that if anything happens in my house to my wife, I might as well pack my bags. Because I'm going to prison no matter what. Or an estranged lover that I don't know about. That would be the other one. That's the other who would possibly do anything. Okay. There we go. Yeah. That's good. That's going to be real good. We're just going to little nip here. Beep. Boop. And bop. And bam. So now when we come back with our fur, we have some nice little ear to glue that to, and now it just needs a little friend. Well, last time I just kind of pretty much did this, so we're just going to do that on that side too. We're just going to see how that goes. I'm feeling like it's going to go pretty well though. I don't want to do right there though. I want to go over here. I want to cut that. He's definitely going to have nice, even, pointed ears. Wouldn't have either of them clipped. That would not be fancy. He's clearly the fancy boy. I'm a firm believer you can still be the fancy boy and be non-binary. I don't think fancy boy is gendered. It's a general term. I could be wrong though. I suppose that's all up for interpretation. Okay. How's that? A little big. Maybe a little bit more off the top. So hopefully everybody's nights are going well. It is 7:12 p.m. here in glorious Kentucky. Now he might have a little bit of a neck deer, like on the side, because he is a rowdy cat. Rowdy old kitty. His cat ears are not pointed down there, or at least the ones that I'm thinking of are not. But his helmet is kind of concave, so these need to have a little nick in them as well. Boop, boop, boop. And there we go. Down for the tweezers. Hopefully there's no glue on them. And but that's great. Look at that. That's gonna be beautiful. I can't believe it's not butter. It might be butter. Kelly has her headphones on, or I would ask her what that guy's name was on that show. But she probably won't remember either. That's been like 8 years. I almost guarantee she'd be like, Chase Pito? No, the real guy. Not the one I made up. And I've been pretending. The other thing, I guess, that I'm leaving out about this is it was a show that was very much a Chris Henson kind of show. But the way that I was quoting it was more in line of like the Crocodile Hunter. Rest in peace. Hallowed be thy name. Now that's what I call a kitty boy. That's who I could see sitting pretty at the side of the Lord. Don't worry, I brought my own nails. But so I took this guy's hand off because I realized that that was not an arrow; it was a spear. And Cody or anyone who did the sculpt can correct me if I'm wrong, but I was already like, I think it's a spear. Maybe it's an arrow. I think it's a spear. It's a spear. Because like the picture of this guy is holding a maul, a mace, and then a broken, what I assumed was a haft of a broken spear based on the size of everything. And then I think I looked at the actual spear that comes with one of the models, and I was just like, well, no, this is a bigger point, so this has to be an arrow. But I can't unsee the scale difference now, so he has to have just an open hand or just a at rest hand now, like he's actually reaching for an arrow instead of just holding one, which is also going to save time because now we don't have to add the feathers or, you know, try to make the arrow any smaller now that I can't unsee it, because it would just be kind of buck wild if we're trying to have scale be a reasonable thing and we're trying to have you believe that these are nails that are pretty big and that arrow is about that wide around. And if it was, Jesus Christ, that's like a shit. I mean, it's about the size of like a 50 caliber hole. Yeah. Whoever is wanting to just snag screenshots of all these hand gestures, you're more than welcome to. I support it. Alrighty. So I definitely want to find a hand for that guy. And I definitely want to put some kitty ears on these other two boys. Now, whether they are boys or not, I don't know. We haven't dug that far into it. We know names. We know this one's our non-binary kitty priest. And this is, we have their names written down. Clort, I believe. Clort, and I don't remember the other one. It starts with an S off the top of my head. Yeah, so we got to find their hand. But I want to add kitty ears first. Now, one of these guys is going to have nicked ears because that's fun. It's probably going to be this one because he looks like he's a rowdy boy. That's a rowdy Mike if I've ever seen one, I tell you what. Okay, so we are going to, we're just going to go hog wild. Like, no, we're not going to go hog wild. That would be insane. We're just going to cut right here. Weep. Wow. Alrighty. And then, so here we're just kind of looking at the shape. Hey, what do you know? It's a triangle. I had my thoughts. I had a theory that it would be, and it was. I should get my wax pencils. That's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna look like kitty ears on a little hat. Hot Daniel. No, I'm back here. Okay. This is where it's gonna get technical. No squeeze. A little cut. Just a little bit off there. Okay. Wait a minute. Something's going crazy here. There we go. Maybe? What the hell was I doing? Why did I cut it like that? There's a reason that I just did that. I've got to figure out what the hell I was thinking. It has to go like this. Yeah. Yeah, no, because that fits perfectly there. That's a really good cut. Okay. Man. I like when you kind of forget what you're doing mid-doing it. Almost got away from us. Ain't that just the way? Working on a little piece of plastic for so long, and you can clean your floor all you want, and then the gods just take it. Alrighty. It's all about that angle. There we go. There we go. Ba-da. When cats started to walk and talk, it was evident that the end was near. See, I feel like that was when we knew that it was like, all right, this is where it's. I know things are going right now. It's time. The time is nigh. Gather thy hammer and thy flail. So I think I was thinking about this earlier. I think I kind of want to try to do a freehand on that, on the shield there. I'm pretty stoked about that. Man, I like that ear. That ear's looking good. But so now we're going to essentially try to just wing another ear. Where did my knife go? There it is. No, that ear's gonna look really good. This is gonna look really good. Okay. I need to quit all this goofing in my head. What am I doing? That's gonna look wonderful. Okay. And now we're just gonna try to wing this again. Kobe. And there we go. I think that'll fit. I'll make it. It'll fit. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. I knew it would. A little more off the top. Just a little bit though. Yep. It's gonna be great. Gonna be great. Holy shit. It's gonna be great. Almost slipped. But it didn't, and I got it just by the itty bitty bit of my fingers. Touch. No. What are you doing? Yeah. Yes. Wait, now it kind of looks like a pig. Hold on. Do I want it to look like a pig? This is a life choice right here. Choices. Fuck. Okay. It can still look like a cat. I'm gonna make it look like a cat. We're not doing a pig. That's a no. I've got to fix that other ear too. It's gonna look too much like a pig. Yeah. Yep. 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 No pig. Possum, you almost got a wish that you didn't know. But it will not be granted. Alright. Ba-da-da-da-da. Back to the cats. Yep. A little more off the top, they say. I said yes. Mm-hmm. 726. Mm-hmm. Alright. Nope, now it's stuck to there. Okay. Let me fix this. This is still salvage. Now those look like cat ears. They don't look like pig ears at all. Just a whisper. Just a whisper of zip kicker. That, yes. Yes! No. Wait a minute. These ears. This ear is really goofing. Really starting to... It's not working with me. There's where it's supposed to be. So we are going to scratch this glue off that we put on there. Then we're going to be really quick about this one. Because there's zip kicker in the air. No. Oh no. Actually, it's not the worst. Okay, here we go. That's fine. It's fine. This is all fine. This is all fine. Ear is still where it needs to be. Might not want to watch that. I fucked that up. Try not to maim myself on camera, but I can go back. And it's safer than cutting my finger in front of all of you. Maybe you do want to watch that. That's not what this stream's going to be. Yeah, that'll work. It's looking like a pig ear again. Okay. Where are my kids? I'll find a cat. I fucked that up. Something I've been saying to myself for the past hour. It's like, yeah. I was like, fuck that up. Fuck that up. Fuck that up. Those look like kitty ears. Let me look at his ears. I'll be right back. Where's my son? Yeah, those look like kitty ears. There's kitties all around here. I see my mistake. Those actually look more like kitty ears. Joining the blood swine cult? No blood swine. No, no, no. No, no. No pigs. Only kitties. Yeah, there we go. Yep. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. That's good. The more I fuck with this, the more I just feel like it looks like a pig ear. But it also doesn't have cat hair on it yet. So once it does, it definitely won't look as much like a pig. I think it's because yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Be very careful how I'm cutting this plastic. And that is because if I pull it at a certain angle, it's going to pull against the glue that we've put down here. And that's not what we want at all. He's a rowdy, rough boy. That's going to be good. That is going to be good. Okay. So we're just trying to curl these ears now. So since, oh, I just realized I'm really close to there. This is actually really good though. So I'm just trying to curl these ears now. Just kind of pushing pressure, a little bit of pressure on there. I'm actually probably going to do it with these. I have a little bit of that glue cap on there still. Joining the blood swine cult. I'm not familiar with the blood swine cult, but that is probably better than what came to my mind. And I'm curious. Yeah, a little bit of a bend. There we go. Go just a little bit. And this one, we really can't bend too much because we glued that there. Hey. Oh no. Keep touching these nails. Hi, chair. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. See, his ears definitely got to be bigger. He's definitely got to have the biggest ears. Definitely got to have the biggest ears of the bunch. And yes, your ears now. They're going to be the same shape as those. One of them needs to have clipped ears, though. And I'm assuming it's going to be that one. Just because that is going to be a very, I think, easy way to kind of differentiate between the two, like from a, everybody's got kitty ears. Well, these two guys have very similar helmets, so they need to have at least some form of difference between them. Otherwise, it's going to look too similar for me, at least. So, flip that. Yep. We're going to go that way. And just a quick, probably cut right there. And then we're probably going to do the same thing over here. Yep. I have envisioned a shape within the marble. A little bit too big, probably, but we'll make it work. Yep, way too big. Again, we'll make it work. That might be too small. Nah, it's good. We're good here. And really strong fingertips. Activate. Okay, and yep, we're just gonna cut that little nip off right there. Just what do you know? Hey, now that looks kind of like a cat ear. That's wild. So cat ear's gonna go right there. And roll on that glue. Try to get it set just a little bit more. Then, oh no, we did the thing again. Now it's all over my fingers. Gotta tell you, I feel like it already looks more like a cat ear than the other one. Yep, I'm just getting super glue all over myself. Not my intention here. Ooh. Yep. Okay. That's good. That is good. That is good. Is it too round, maybe? I think it's too round. I just keep seeing his ear to the side, and I'm like, how do I fix this so it looks less... Yeah, that looks exactly like a pig ear. Okay. So. Okay. I see where the problem is. I see what the problem is now. I have since reviewed. Okay. Those still look like cat ears to me. These are good. Yeah, those are good. Especially when they get the hair. Those look gorgeous. This one is the only one that's just kind of weird. And I'm gonna, it's these parts right here. I think also because it's kind of curved. It's giving an illusion. And his nose. That's another really big one. And by really big, I mean almost like 100%. Is that his nose, because of the big, it's just, I don't know, it's giving me a lot of just pig vibes. There is hair on these little kitty ears. Nobody will question it. They'll be like, that's a cat boy. If I've ever seen one. Maybe. Or a cat girl. Or a non-binary kitty of some kind. Who's to say? Whack. Flail. Right to the fucking face. Should have been not caring about gender. Should have been watching out for that goddamn flail. That's the life lesson there. That looks gorgeous. Really threading the needle here, huh? Yep. Alrighty, alright. Yeah. Yep, we're gonna have to go a little bit up. Almost. Alrighty. Yeah, that's great. Looking great. Looking like a cat ear. Now I can go back to the ear that I was actually currently working on. Alright. Maybe a little too much super glue. Or maybe not. Who's to say? Alright, so now we're going to come back on over here. That looks like a kitty ear. Snip. And a snip. Alright, random piece of metal. Why are you in my scissors? Lose my train of thought a little bit. I think this blade is getting a little dull. Which means it's about time to either A, change it, or B, start riding up further on the handle. And given that I'm like mid-cut, that's what we're going to do. Yes. Pinch. Bam. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. so the curvature of the helmet. Let's see there. So that's where one of those little bumps is. Wait a minute. What have I done? Oh no. I didn't cut it enough. That's what I've done. Okay. Fair enough. Oh no. Oh, I cut it too much. That's all I'm going to say here in a couple seconds. Let's count down, shall we? 3, 2, 1. No, actually, that's pretty good. Pretty good job with that. Yeah, those are going to look like kitty ears. I'll tell you what. Oh boy. Alright. So, we're going to go in. Here comes a little bit off the top. Just a little off the top. Nothing more than just a little bit there. Ooh. Yes. There's a lot of noise going on over there. I'm going to carve just a little bit more here. At this point, we're just a little bit. Yeah. And then we're going to grab here, kind of rotate a little bit. Wait a minute. Get out of here. Bam. Yep. Now that is gonna be a cat here. If I've ever seen a cat. Okay. Get a little bit of that setting. Get a little bit of this picked up. Turned around. And here we go. It's some kitty ears. Wow. Oh yeah. No, that's okay. Alright, Cody. I got a group of 3 kitty people. They are ready to come and tear down your castle walls. So, that ear needs to be adjusted a little bit, made smaller, so does that one. Those 2, I think they need to be brought in a lot more. His ears are nice and big though. I'm liking those. I'm feeling like they need to be quite prominent because of that big old helmet he's got. What about that big old helmet he's got there? I think you need some big old kitty ears on it. I gotta figure out where we gotta find a hand here. Gotta be a hand lying around here somewhere. I think those are too small. But I know I've got one in there. But we're gonna have to dig it out. But I think these should be dry enough now. So, yep. They're kind of feeling dry enough. I know I want to put a new hand on him. And I know that we're going to be adding a little bit of trinketing before we do the painting. So these have to get tied down. So we'll go ahead and do that. For that, we're going to be using thread. I gotta remember how to open this box. There it is. assume you're going to be making both Doom companies? Yes. So the other one, does not get as much special treatment because they don't have to get kitty ears. But I am going to also put some grit and stuff on them, and they will also get, as they progress, they will also, I'll convert whatever needs to be converted for them. But they weren't getting anything this elaborate, just because I don't plan on playing through the solo stuff with them. These were planning on being my crew that I play through solo. If I do any of that, I probably will. So I am thinking, I need to figure out which thread is going to be best. I'm leaning towards where did it go? There it is. That. Because these I don't think are going to be. These are very, very thin threads, just to give an idea. And I think they honestly might be the same thickness. I believe they are. However, the color makes it a little bit difficult to see the texture of them. I'm going to go with this. Yep. I'm going with this. This was my first thought, and I think it's the best one. That looks so much like thick rope, though. These are thinner, correct? I do believe that this is thinner. It definitely is. We definitely want this. I got this to use for thicker rope, and I am remembering it now. And this is what I've been using typically for this kind of stuff. So we're going to stick with this. That's why I thought it looked better. We're just going to snip some of that. If I had to guess, I bet that's tough line, or some variety of it, which would be fishing line, like threaded fishing line. That would be what my guess is that this is, based on the color, or spider wire. That would probably be what it is, because I did not care for spider wire, so I pretty much put it into my bits box. That is going to be a problem, I'm feeling like, so I'm going to see if I can get that cut any cleaner. Hey, what do you know? Lickety split. Literally. Poke, poke. And then we're just going to stick that right there. Not anywhere near enough glue. And that's going to be way too much glue. Way too much glue. Poke, poke, poke. Wait a minute. Yeah. Uh-oh. No, I'm just kidding. That's what we're wanting. So, why don't you just be kind of glued right down there, because I'm going to wrap it around it. Just like, just gotta wait wait long enough. For it to, there we go. And now we just have to kind of wrap it really tight, like we're wrapping a nail around a stick that's this size. Specifically. Yep, I'm liking that. And then we're going to cut that, pull it in. Yeah, that's going to look sick. So, we are going to cut that as close as we can. Really? I guess it's just like where you're from kind of thing. Here in old Kentucky, we're always doing that. Just like, what time is it? About 7 o'clock. About to go outside, wrap a old stick with a nail. Wrap a nail on that stick. 7 o'clock. Back in my day, wish we just had to wrap nails around sticks. First, you had to find a stick. We had to walk 15 miles, possum. And then, I had to find nails. Yeah, I'm liking the way that's looking. I think it looks pretty brutal. Let's see, can we get on the little face? I think it looks pretty suitably gnarly. Just someone broke a fancy church pew or post and then just wrapped a nail to the end of it. A big nail, a carpenter's nail to be specific. 16 centimeter nail. It's a big nail. Big nail. In that economy, woof, woof, oy vey. Boobily, boobily, goobily. All right. So, that guy getting glued right in there. Oh yeah. Wait a minute. Yes. Right a minute. All right. It's very little frazzled there. we're going to go there. And just a little bit of a poke. Oh no. I knew that was going to happen. I could feel it. I could feel it in the earth. I could smell it in the air. Oh no. Come on. Alrighty. I think we got it. Look at it stuck. So now we can start wrapping it up. Right there, I thought that like I put a grievous scratch in my desk. I did not hit the bottom. I've already put a big scratch in my desk from dropping one of the mount, ceiling, the wall mounts that I have up there. It fell off, and turns out it's made of like solid steel, so it just took a nice chunk. Look at this mat. Just like, yep, so much for nice things. That's why I can't have nice things. We are gonna have to cut some of this because that is just an obsessive amount of thread to keep wiggling around here. When I know we're not going to use all of it, we are going to want it to wrap here, poke out down there. Come on. Poke. Give me the thread. Do it. There we go. And we want to pull that up just a little bit. So it's up here-ish. Try to kind of cover that edge up just a little bit. Boop. But we don't want it to pool. We don't want a big blob of super glue, so we're going to pull that pretty quick. Tight. With our thread. There we go. And then we're probably going to wrap it. Push it back through here. Oof. I don't like how frayed that's looking. We might have to do an operation sometime. Try and connect that to another piece because this is unraveling. And that is not going to be good. But maybe, no, it's doing it. Can't get it wet all the way. And that was done. Could have gotten Mr. Super Glue out, but it's just, it's really just at the like limit of just a hope and a prayer of some super glue on there to see if it can just kind of keep an edge. That way we can just finish it because we're not even going to use that part. We just need it to be small enough and firm enough to fit through that hole. We did it. Yes. Yes. Yay. Okay, good. No, we're good then. Hell yeah. And we're going to have just enough length to wrap it back over to get the illusion that it's tied on that end. which is what we were wanting to do. Yay, us. Look how well we thought that all through. Go team. Whoop. A little bit of glue. Hey, it's like I always say, a little bit of glue never hurt nobody. And then I just drink a whole bottle of super glue. You know exactly what I mean. And they're just like, sir, you gotta leave. We told you you're not allowed in this Wendy's anymore, not after that last thing you did. Sleepy Eli, deep philosophical. Pretty sleepy. Something. Did you also just hear that? Did you also just hear that noise? I don't know. I'm gonna go investigate. Oof. Oh no. Well, I'm gonna put a little glue on there and then I'm gonna go investigate maybe a potential scary thing in my house. You sit here, little cat. I'm going to get back here. It was buns. Like hot dog buns. They fell off of the shelf. Blop. Landed on the ground. That's why it was loud. Loud, scary sound. Sleepy Eli. Deep philosophical. Awake Eli. A goofy guy. Silly little dude. I am kind of a silly little dude. I am a goofy guy. So, it's not stormed yet. I was kind of a little disappointed by that. Like, I was really expecting some storms today. I think this definitely, we're gonna come and cut a little bit there. Do I? No, a little bit. Just a little bit. All that gazebo business for naught. That's exactly what I thought, Possum. It rained like a smidgen, and then it's just like, okay, who am I even doing this for? The birds? Wait a minute. Get back there. That ear was not even where it was supposed to be. Who's running this ship? Hold on, wait a minute. It's when I'm flying the plane and then you just realize that I'm back there sitting there talking to you, possum. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. Yep. Nope. Yes? Maybe? Okay, now his ears kind of make me feel like pig ears. They're not pig ears, right? I'm gonna have to ask Kelly. And she's like, are these cat ears or pig ears? And she's like, those are pig ears. And I'm gonna be like, fuck. Also, I cannot stress enough that the amount of noise that like Creepland makes is enough to make you just really feel like you're going crazy. I don't know what that face is, but it's good. If you're here in whom you're in the whom flying plane. It's good. Who am fly plane? Yes. Wait a minute. Okay, almost. No. Environment. I need your ears to get. There we go. That's it. Just like that. No. Super glue dry. Yeah. There we go. Now we're happy. Bum ba da bum 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 bum. Bag of teeth. Oh, 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 a whole bag of teeth. What's for breakfast? Alrighty. Mm-hmm. Hello. Yep, those cats. Those cats all right. Wait a minute. That one's leaning forward now. There we go. Got a little bent from the handling, I would say. Which means that I'm probably... no. That's definitely just from me moving him around while messing with the ears and whatnot. I don't think I have to pin his feet. I'm not going to pin his feet. So, we got our little ropes tied down around there, and I'm happy with that. I'm happy with how these little ropes look. I'm feeling that. That's good. Same thing with this. Feeling that too. I'm liking how these little nails are. I think at this point, our kitty priest might be done, except for a little bit of paint, because he is going to be getting, get over here, the fancy chain. He's going to just be covered in so much actual bling. And then I think we want to use if we're going to use the hair that I'm thinking, I want to use them after I put it on there. Now I did briefly think about if I wanted him to have like a instead of like the kind of shawl that he's got, if I wanted it to be like almost like a leopard kind of or tiger print. Like if you were, say, robbing a king's like tomb or whatever, you'd probably steal those as well. A big cloak, very theatrical, dramatic. But no, I think just the jewels. I think just covered in jewels is enough. I think that's excessive enough. And honestly, who am I kidding? We're probably also going to have some wrapped around. I don't know. How small is that? This is going to look so funny. The hair. The hair, I'm thinking for these kitty ears, we are going to want to go after the paint. That way we don't have to paint the ears. I've been waiting to use this chain for so long, and this is such a good, holy fuck me, this is so good. It's like perfectly scaled for like a 32 millimeter like priest kind of figure. So just like a bunch of just real elaborate, like very, very, very small, very delicate gold chain would be very fitting on this guy. And I also just remembered that I damn near cut his head off, so we're going to have to fill that in too. So lots of chains, and then, but I don't want to paint those chains because again, they are gold. I want them to be the gold. So we will add those after we paint, which is an interesting kind of way to think about doing things. But certain parts of like what I like to add are done at different stages. That way we don't have to change them. Hair is specifically a bit of a tricky thing because if we are using cat hair, I have a variety of different kinds of cat hair available that we can use for color wise, but as far as using people hair, mustache hair, everything has a different texture, consistency. Beard hair is thicker, coarser than say Margot hair, which is the softest hair, thinnest hair in the world. It's also very, very white. So putting that on here is not going to be the goal. I'm thinking we're going to go with like my hair or beard hair. These are just dead things. Why does it say hair? It says hair on there. Okay, there's got to be a better way to store hair than this. But this is repulsive, and it is what it is. But I'm thinking we're going to go with, yep. We're going to go with beard hair. Beard hair is going to be the winner there. And it is going to be black. I think. I don't know. It's very, very coarse. I might actually go with Theo hair. Theo hair is what we want. Yep. Honestly, I might just use some of my own. I want to go with, I want it to be black hair though, not painted hair. I don't think. No. Fuck it. Yeah, we're going to use regular hair. We don't need to use anything too precious. And yeah, we're going to paint the hair. Hey, 823. Yeah, that's me. 823. So beard hair. Get the hell out of here. That's disgusting. So I was probably going to do this for about 7 more minutes, and then we're probably going to call it here. But that is beautiful, beautiful Theodore hair. What would shit? I mean, gosh, I don't know. Probably 10, 15. Yeah. That's probably about what it would run you. Whatever number correlates in your head. Fancy hair. And we're pretty much, so I have had a lot of requests for how to do this, but this is how I do this. And typically it takes a while, but you want to grab a set of pliers sold. 10, 15, something sold. I'm in. I want it. I have to have it. So we're going to take I'm going to run a hobby knife, because this is not smooth yet. I am perpetually, so again, this is like, I have a lot of tools. My essential tools, seriously, are a like reliable pair of clippers, a hobby knife, a pair of these needle nose pliers. I really like this pair. Tweezer nose pliers, specifically, according to this Xuron. I can give you the exact model number probably. Xuron tweezer nose 450. Made in USA. Xuron. I need to hit them up. I didn't realize these are made in USA. Xuron, you might be my new favorite brand. Huh. Your safety glasses. Don't tell me what to do, Xuron. You just lost your place as my favorite brand. I'm just kidding. So essentially, what we're going to do is we're going to grab our needle nose pliers and tweezer nose pliers. We're going to grab our hair. We want to grab our hair pretty tight. And then we're going to pull it. And then we're going to come back over here. We're going to do the same thing again. We're going to just keep pulling it. And then do that again. Pull it. So essentially what we're doing is we are trying to get a very, very tightly packed little knot of hair. A little sprig. Never thought to say this, but I think I need to start my own hair collection. Yeah, you should. You should start your own hair collection. At one point in time, there was a time in my life where I think my wife thought it was strange, the things that I collected. And I think that there's a lot of people that she knows that still are just like, that's fucking weird that he collects these things. But then having seen some of the things that I have made, they're also just like, oh, okay, well then never mind, I'll just shut up. Because they're just like, oh, I never thought that that could be used for this thing. And it's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna, I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes. A lot of times it's just crazy though. A lot of times it's just crazy. But, when you got these janky old wizard eyes, a lot of times it's just crazy in your face all the time. Yeah. Okay. Fingers, honestly, are working pretty well. This is Theo hair. So, with that said, it is not as fine as Margot hair. So the tweezers might actually be a little overkill. This is honestly just a little bit probably thinner. That's a really long hair. That's a Theo hair though. That is a really long. That's a really long Theo hair. That's from his back. How long is that hair? I've got to measure it. Like this looks like it could be off of my head, but it's 100% not. Yeah, that's. It's like a 5-inch hair. And his other hairs are like 2. That's hilarious. What a good guy. What a fun little guy. He's not too small. He's actually quite large. He's a big guy. Hey, he's a big guy, big fluffy guy. Physically, he's a large cat. He's got big bones, big everything. He's a big boy. He's made for romping and wrestling. All right. Now that looks like hair. So, pretty much just wanted to get the fuzz that's kind of accumulating in there out. So I just have the hair part. And that looks a lot like a cat ear to me. But what do I know? I just spent a good amount of time maybe sculpting pig ears. Who the hell knows? Get on there. Get glue. Okay. Now here's where things get really crazy and tricky. You gotta stick it on there. Just like that. Boop. And here's the really tricky part, is you gotta hope that it sticks. There you go. So now we got this crazy lump of kitty hair on there. Just sitting in this glue. Come on. I'm really not wanting to zip kicker this at this moment, at this junction in time. Come on, super glue. Do the thing. Did it. Oh, you son of a bitch. All right. Tricky, tricky, tricky. So normally, when super glue is playing with us, that would be right up there where we want it. But it's not. It's right down here where we don't want it. So we're definitely going to go a little bit over and our 830, and that's okay. Hey, you know, sometimes these things happen. So I'm going to grab that and I'll hold it right there, and I'm going to cut as close to this little knot as I can. That way it'll keep it shaped, because man, I'm tired of messing with glue and it not doing what I want it to do right. And I'm also going to touch all over that to make sure that it is not got super glue on it already. It's going to be good, because that is going to look like little kitty ear hair sticking out there. That's going to be good. It was not a waste of time what we did. It's just gotta go back and touch this up. Here we go. Beep, boop, bop. Now that's what I call some cat hair. Oh no, wait a minute. This isn't even the model that we were supposed to be gluing cat hair on. What are we even doing here? And then I wake up and I'm in my neighbor's house. And she's like, get out of here. Quit gluing cat hair to me. It was all a dream. Oh no. Okay. Oh, nope, hold on. Yes. Okay. That was pretty silly. Now, that is going to look really silly in the front, but top is going to be really good. It's going to be even better. It's going to be pretty cool. A storm is a brewing. I can feel the vibe. Putting cat hair to a friend. Sneaking in late at night, pulling some cat hair to a friend. The storm's brewing. Gotta batten down the hatches. I'm just covered in cat hair right now. It's super glue. Putting cat hair to a friend. That's another one of my new get rich quick schemes. Is like Audible, but for your cat. It's just me. One. Now hold on here. Storm's brewing, gluing cat hair to a friend. Fuck, I forgot the last line. All that sounds very much like things that could go on a Redwood Skeleton sticker or Grim Dark Distillery sticker. But I'd assume that the rest of the community might not want that to represent them. It was all a dream. But it was all a dream. Little Biggie. Love it when you call me Big Papa. Put your hands in the air, 'cause you're a true player. Possums from that Cali. Yeah, we're gonna get there with these cat ears. Man, it's a little messy on the back there. But oh boy, I tell you what. We'll get there. Yeah, we're gonna get there just fine. Might have to do a little bit of cutting, a little bit of shaping, a little bit of pulling. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, okay. I think I'm probably going to stop the stream here. That is, okay. We're getting there though. We're definitely getting there. It's definitely starting to take shape of what we're wanting. A nice little demonic cat horn ear. But we got his little ropes on there. We got the little plastic ears on all of our kitties. So now we just have to put the hair on there. So we'll start doing that tomorrow morning, paint them, get a hand on him. But get a hand on him. He doesn't have a hand. We'll get a hand on him. And then, ooh, that didn't feel good. I got my funny bone. It was really funny. So, we will not probably, send some whips in the Discord. I should send some whips. I'm really tired. But I'm thinking, yeah, I don't know. That hair, I want to see them close-ups. Yeah, sorry, I need to get a better view in there. But I will put some close-ups in the Discord, and then we will pick back up on these, I think, tomorrow. I'm not sure how. There's just a lot of super glue in there, and I'm kind of afraid it's just hard to tell where the super glue ends. They tried to get me there. That's what was making me think it was weird looking. There's a big glob of super glue, and also, a bunch of cat hair. But it was mainly the super glue kind of changing the shape. Now I can see what I'm looking at. Okay. Yeah. Okay. No, we're good. We're still good. Oh no. Yeah. No, we're still great. We're doing great now. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I am going to stop here, I believe. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your time. And watching me glue little plastic shapes, little triangles to these guys' heads. But I think we're doing good. I think they look, thank you. I have to try the hair thing. Oh, absolutely. Give the hair thing a shot. There you go. We'll look at the back there. And I'm definitely going to go into a little bit more. Thank you for the stream. Great to hobby and hang. Absolutely. Wonderful hanging and hobbying with you together, Possum. I will definitely take some pictures as well of the little flail boy on the back there. I'm feeling confident that these are not looking like pig ears. I'm going to trim those up. It's going to be probably cut about like there-ish. I'll give it much more of a cat shape, but it's going to have, I'm going to put hair around the rest of the ears. Same thing. I'm going to be doing that tomorrow morning. I don't think I'm going to be doing any of the rest of tonight. Personally, I'm about to fall asleep, but I will be right at it bright and early tomorrow. So going to get some hair on those ears. I'm going to get a hand on that guy. I'm going to get some grit on these models, and then probably start painting them. So we'll probably be painting tomorrow. I had hoped to be painting last week, but life. And also got a lot of stuff done on that. Got a lot of stuff done on other things. So we're doing okay. We're still doing okay. But yeah, tomorrow we will be putting on a little bit more hair, and we'll be doing some painting, hopefully. If not painting, we'll be painting the next day. We're getting them done tomorrow. They're getting hair on them and getting done. Those guys are going to get some grit. They don't get any hair. They don't really have any need for hair. They're all wearing helmets. Yeah. But thank you guys again. Have a good night. Thank you for your time. Sit pretty. Have a good one. I'll talk to you all later.